What's up, y'all? I know it's been a while, but welcome back to the Super Copy Joe. And yes, you read the title correctly. This is going to be my last video, but you have to watch the whole thing to understand why and what's coming next. I'll try to keep it short. I got a few things I want to talk about. The main topic of the video is going to be about having a higher perspective, having like a better point of view on things. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a degree in anything. I don't subscribe to any like religion. I don't agree with the World Health Organization. This is just my point of view, not yours or how it's supposed to be. This is just me talking, and I hope you guys have some time to listen because you're not going to see my face for a while. My close friends know I don't talk about politics, race, or like rant on social media or anything like that. You gotta let me have this day. I think I reached the end of the mental health recovery journey for those who have been following me. If you're new, haven't seen any of my previous videos or my Facebook posts the last few years, you can go straight to the mental health recovery playlist on my channel and check out those videos. Feel free to share, comment, like. It's been quite the experience journey for me. I feel like I completed an obstacle course, one that a lot of people struggle with, and now I can move on to like the next area of my life. I'm going to tell you how I did it, but before I jump in, I want to tell you guys about something. I know I haven't uploaded anything recently. Trust me, I had plans. I got a new camera. I don't know if you can tell from the quality. I was in the process of making different channels. Channel for like anime, I had a channel for gaming, and I had a channel for like working out, hiking vlogs, and like meal prepping. I was really about to go off, but I had to step back and had to take a break. A few weeks ago, Joni passed away. My close friends know who that is. She was a woman that was in mental unit with me 2 years ago. Once we were out, kept in contact with her. I hadn't seen or talked to her since last year, February. The nursing home she's in, they don't allow visitors. And Joni wouldn't be able to tell who she's talking to on the phone. She has to like physically see me. I called all the time. The nurses weren't fake with me. They told me what was up all the time. She was always in a mood. She always stayed in her room, didn't do it that much, giving the nurses a hard time. But she was okay, though I really knew like what kind of condition she was in. I called on Christmas. They said she was good. Called the first week of January, same thing. And then 2 weeks later, that was like 4 weeks ago, I called and they were like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Joni passed away a few days ago from COVID. I hung up the phone immediately. Obviously, I was mad. I knew the condition she was in, like while we were in the mental unit, when we were out, and like when she was in the nursing home, when we were allowed like visitation. There's no doubt in my mind that COVID played a part, even though they're basically all quarantined. No one's allowed in, no one's allowed out. They ain't sanitized the place. The whole building probably got like the vaccines. They do the test daily. But again, I knew the condition she was in. Me, my mom, my sister, my friend that I bring with me on occasion to visit her, knew how she was when people were around her, like lively people. And then we knew how she was when we weren't around, like from the nurses. She was 91 in a building filled with older people, or like her age. Most of them probably sick, knocking on death's door. Truthfully, what do you think is gonna happen like when you isolate someone who's like fragile physically and mindset wise? They don't like the place they're in. Their family can't visit them. Her son left her there to die. We were the only ones like visiting her and like checking up on her. When they allowed visitors, I'd always surprise her. So like I'd always see like she was always down, and as soon as she either saw like my face, my mom's face, my sister, or my friend, it was just like energy came out of nowhere, and like she was like super active. She wanted us to like eat with her. She wanted us to walk with her. She wanted to always like show us stuff. She wanted us to take her away. You can say it was COVID, but honestly, I think it was the isolation. She lost that will to keep going. We weren't there to light that fire for her. One of the news outlets in my city that reports the COVID deaths and cases every day, I went back to the date Joni passed away and verified see everything, and everything matched up. And then I decided to check a few other dates like previous, and most of the cases, not all of them, but majority, from the hospital, nursing homes, or like any type of healthcare center. So if you or a loved one are feeling sick, I'm not a doctor, but I advise you to stay the hell away from any type of healthcare center unless you're severely injured or like dying. Look up the symptoms online and try to take care of it yourself. If your nose is running, you got a sore throat, you feel like trying to cough something out, that's just your body working to get rid of whatever you did to it, you know, by any means, like through your nose, through your mouth, through your skin, through your behind, your heart, mind, body. It doesn't attack you. You're the one attacking it by consuming, inhaling certain things, being in certain environments, letting certain things in your head. Genes passed down from your parents, whatever your mom was doing, she was pregnant, or you're just not taking care of yourself physically. We're living in a time where it's pretty easy, where you can listen to your body and like pay attention. You cough when you smoke, your throat burns when you like consume alcohol. When you're working out, you know when weight's too heavy heavy for you to lift, you know? Your body's telling you like, yo, like what are you doing? You just gotta pay attention. If you're angry, that means something is wrong, like in whatever, like in your world, like how you live your life, there's something different going on. But yeah, I was mad, frustrated. I didn't tell my mom about Joni until like a week later. I was just quiet around the house. I wasn't gonna post anything on social media because that would have made it worse for me at the time. And on that day too, I was on Facebook and I was just seeing a bunch of negative stuff. A friend was talking down on themselves. Another person was fighting with somebody else in the comment section about the mask and lockdowns. Since this whole freaking pandemic has happened, I've had like 7 friends have mental breakdowns on social media, you know, and there's probably tons more breaking down in secret. Oh, someone who isn't black decided to share their thoughts on black people and like with the police. I'm gonna talk about that towards the end because I just watched Judas and the Black Messiah this week. Really good movie and it's relatable to the topic. It was just a weird day. Like all the emotions were coming in. Usually I'm able to like have things in check, but it was just, I was caught off guard. I miss someone I used to talk to all the time. I don't talk to them anymore or that much because it's COVID crap. I had a friend tell me we shouldn't hang out or like it wasn't safe because they read that black people are more likely to get COVID. Yes, they were white. I saw a friend at the superstore. Obviously we were both wearing masks, but like I smiled, but obviously you can't see it. But like I don't know, you see the person's eye go up, you think they're smiling, but I looked that person dead in their eye and they looked at me and they kept walking and I was like, damn, these masks are just messing the human connection up. It's like everyone's just an AI now. I'm starting to believe we have some mentally ill, superstitious weirdos running the government, playing God, probably since the 1st century because the stuff that's been going on has me discombobulated. And I know a few of y'all are starting to wake up. I've seen a few friends with older relatives pass away too, quite a bit actually. So if you've lost someone due to COVID or any other health related issues during this whole thing, I'm very sorry for your loss. That's why I always say don't fight with your family, and if you do, try to get over it really quickly because tomorrow's not always promised. I always tell my mom to call her mom. There's no beef in my house. I'm always cuddling with Panda and Solora. That's my cat and dog. Just keep that unconditional love going. So with Joni passing, I didn't feel like pretending like everything was okay, so I just logged out of everything, uninstalled the apps. My phone was on silent, do not disturb. I didn't feel like making any videos. I'm not working too, we can't go anywhere. And I don't have any crazy like responsibilities, so I was gonna have so much free time on my hands, but I had to figure out something to keep me busy. So I still had that anger, but it felt like it was this energy just chilling, and it was like I had to do something with it. Kind of like cover it up, but like my tattoo. It's all the bad, but like it doesn't have to be bad. You can use it for good, you know, or direct it at something. I was gonna relax, but I was also gonna keep busy, like in a stress-free way. I used to work 3 jobs at one time to keep myself busy so I didn't have time to think about anything bad. I thought that was a good way to handle like depression and stuff, but that made things worse. So I just flipped it and like kept myself busy, but it was doing stuff that I was interested in, and it wasn't a mandatory thing. And I got a lot of things done and I learned a few things. I've been doing yoga, meditating for a while now, but I've amped it up. I'm into like zodiacs, astrology. I know about masculine and feminine energy. I'm trying to be spiritual. There's 7 days in the week. Most people know the 7 basic chakras, though there's more. Basically created my own schedule. Each day was gonna be based off a certain chakra. So example, today is Sunday, but you're gonna see this video tomorrow because it takes me a while to edit. But Sunday I consider the first day of the week. Root chakra, which is the first one, is the color red. The element is like earth. So I basically do everything that's related to that chakra. So like I wear red, eat like red foods. I try to go outside even if it's cold out. I have light bulbs that like change color, so I'll make my room red. And again, like going outside, trying to be with nature even though it's snowing, but it hasn't been that bad. We've actually been getting a lot of sun. Exercise, meditating, certain yoga poses or like for certain chakras. I'm learning Qigong is really good. If you're into yoga, definitely check it out. I got diffusers in my room too, so like I use certain oils like on certain days. So yeah, that's what I do. That's how it keeps me in check. I still do it today because it works. Like for me at least, it works. I spent an hour or 2 learning like tree language. That's my mother language. Me and my siblings were never taught it. I learned quite a few words. I can talk back and forth with my mom now. I'm still learning. I know my African name now, Kwabena. Y'all might have to stop calling me Joseph soon. What else am I doing? Learning how to like fight and kickbox, but like not like to like a serious like MMA style, just like learning how to do certain things. I learned how to use that knife over there. I don't know why, just because. Like I'm not there yet, but like I'm on my way to be like the black butcher soldier. I can't get a gun license, but I'm about to have a knife permit. Another crazy thing, like I found this out like a couple months ago, but it came up again. Whenever I used to dream, it can be about anything. The setting was always my grade school for some reason. There's a school by my house, William P. Davis School, it's a circle, but like every dream can be about anything. That was like the setting place. I didn't know why, but like I would always remember that. One day, I was walking my dog. I decided to walk in like the the field area of the school, I started getting like all these weird memories and stuff. And then from that day, I haven't had a dream since then about that school. I started like searching about dreams and stuff, and I think I found out something. Throughout most of high school, I was like super depressed, and I think I realized that my inner child kind of died. I believe I had the most fun, felt like I was the most, like, I don't know, alive. Actually a time when I started posting like throwback pictures on my Instagram, like all my like grade school, like graduation, well not graduation, like photo, like, you know, you had those days you take a picture, the picture day, whatever. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. The little kid in me, like when I was in grade school, I used to draw and write a lot. I used to make my own stories and stuff, and I just kind of like fell off that. But recently I just got back into it again. Like I found my inner child when I'm typing and writing stuff. Like I feel good, I feel at ease. In the recent years I haven't been playing video games that much, but now like I'm super into it again. I feel like my inner child died and now I kind of like revived it. So like I'm working on my story again. But those are sci-fis. I actually want to write like an actual like self-help book. All these videos I made, I'll just kind of like retell my life again. I'll keep you posted on that. Coming up on a year being vegan, my mom and my sister are always like, you're still doing that? I feel awesome. I feel better than I did before. I started with the detoxes and cleanses. I started with pescatarian. I was a vegetarian for a year, and then I was vegan for a year, and we're here now. I had a few friends, not that they're bad friends, it's just, you know, like most people, they're superstitious, try to like discourage me from switching diets. Like I read this, I heard that, Joe Rogan said this. I have a friend that tried it, but they, you know, like I had doubt lingering in my head for like 2 years. Like something bad was gonna happen. It was gonna force me to change. But I've done tons of research. I've watched multiple videos, watched other people's stories. My family doctor is a friend of mine. He's not vegan, but like I can still get like some insight from him. Like he's always 100 with me. My boss in my other job, he lives like a raw plant-based diet for like several years. Told me his whole life, like how he was before and how he is now. So again, I have like insight and stuff. I know how things are. I can't see 10, 20 plus years into the future. I can only take it day by day. As of right now, I'm good. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I always have friends that'll be like, oh, you miss me, don't you? I know you do. And I'm just like, nah, like I really don't. I don't. I'm gonna try to see if I can push a raw diet. I cut most soy food out, like the fake meats, like, you know, like the burgers, meatballs, and all this stuff. I'll still eat like tofu and like temp, but only if it's organic. Mostly veggies, fruits, brown rice or wild rice, potatoes, and then I have some vegan snacks. A lot of water. I don't drink alcohol. I normally fast after like 6:30 or 7. I don't eat till the following morning. Same with drinking. Like after like 6, 7, stop drinking too. Overall, I had a non-stress 2 weeks off, physically and mentally in a good state. I barely touched my phone. I had no clue or care for like what was going on in the world. And obviously when I turned everything back on Sunday last week, I see all the trending news and like people that passed, like celebrities that passed away and stuff. Even though it was a relaxing week, it's weird. The world we live in right now, like with all the technology, like the hours we gotta work to like have a freaking roof over our heads and eat. I see so many people struggling, and people say like, oh, this is normal. This is just how life's supposed to be. The government knows what's best for us, yet the world's a freaking mess. I don't use my phone for 2 weeks, and not like it's heaven, but like I'm just like at peace. So it was like what the hell? I'm not working, so it's just exercising, meditating, getting a lot of sleep, eating healthy, spending time with my family, minding my own business. I still have bills, but I'm not in like debt slavery, because like the only thing I spend money on is groceries. Only special occasions do I go get takeout food if I didn't make anything at home. What I've been trying to do is show people who are struggling there's a reason why you're struggling, and 50% of it is not your fault. This is where the higher perspective comes in. I'm gonna use the WandaVision show on Disney Plus right now as an example. If you ain't watching it, you're slacking. Good show. I can even use Mandalorian or Star Wars. But basically, like, everyone's confused and don't know what's going on, but like come up with their own explanation, conclusions. There are people that only watch the shows and the movies. There are people that watch the shows and the movies and they read the comics. And then there are people that watch the movies, shows, read the comics, and they know about the spoilers and leaks. So me applying this to real life, everyone or certain groups of people have their own personal beliefs about like life, like how it's supposed to be, right? Like what's right and wrong. They got their own philosophies. And there are people like with the same personal beliefs, but they also have the knowledge they got from school. Whatever the government tells them is true facts, and nothing else matters unless they approve it. And then there are people with those two qualities, but they also have spoilers, which in this case I'd consider conspiracies. People who do like extra research. Government says A, someone else says B, C, D, E, and so on. But because the government has been saying A for so long, people can't process it in their brain that B, C, D, and E can like be real, true, you know. So people are like, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't look right. That's incorrect. That's bullshit. This is how it's supposed to be. These top people said this, so that can't be right. Oh, if that's true, why haven't I seen it? But, you know, like stuff like that. Having a limited perspective can make your life easier. Like, you just follow the rules, like the template. You're gonna be either lower class, middle class, higher class. You go through your ups and downs. You get a job, buy a house, have a family, live happily ever after. To me, that's like you playing Call of Duty or like a first person game. Like, you only see like your hands and like what's in front of you, and you're given like a layout or like a route, like you're told where to go. I'm more like playing Final Fantasy and like Uncharted. I see like myself where like I have like a whole surrounding kind of thing. I don't have to follow the main quest. I can go do side quests and other stuff. For me, this isn't me, you know, like to me it's either like the soul and the conscious inside of me that's controlling this body, and it's me taking care of it as if it's like a brand new car or like a house. Because I live like this, I understand a lot of things, like I overstand, you know, and to me, like, you not wanting to see the spoilers is AKA like you don't want to know the truth. And at the same time, that's kind of okay, because unless you're at a certain place in your mind, you know, like you might not be able to handle it. You might be better off not knowing certain things, you know. If you can get to a place where like you see something, it can be shocking, devastating, or like something bad, you'll feel it, but like you'll be able to bounce back. Like you're trained enough, kind of like take it in and like okay, and then calm down. But if you can't do that, then just don't worry about it. A few examples, like my main job at Chrysler, when I got laid off, it was devastating. I was like, oh, like what the hell? Like I just got this job and now I was like, I'm done. I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. But like when I went home, I was like all mad, and I remember we went home like at lunch, and I was just all mad. I thought I was gonna cry and break down, but like again, I took everything in, and then I was just calmed down, and I was just like, you know, that's how it is. And then the day came, and then like there wasn't anything crazy. It was just like, you know, that's how it is, you know, and I'm still here. I'm not stressed or anything. Something very personal, I don't show on the outside. Everyone in my family acts cool about it, so I don't know how, like deep down, how they feel about it. But for me, I was hurting a little bit. My dad's been in prison for like a year now in another country. I don't care if people know. It was something that was really bugging me. I've been dealing with it, and things go smoothly. He should be coming home at the end of this month. So you're initially hyped up and like freaking out, but then you just gotta calm down and let things run its course, and then a butterfly comes out. I don't know, not like a butterfly, but like it can get better. And then with Joni, I was mad, angry, and I had all the energy. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I directed it at this objective to do all these things. And I bettered myself. All the memories I have with her, they're all up here. I don't forget anything. So it's okay to feel things, you know, just don't let your emotions control you. You gotta train yourself to be mentally strong, especially in this world. So many different people. Everyone has a different mindset. Some people, with the way they live their life, they don't have to like be mentally strong. They're content with how things are. They just go with it. Again, the spoilers now might affect them because they have like the limited like knowledge and perspective, but it may affect others. And the example I want to use is what I mentioned before. It's about the person that had words to say about black people but like how they're crazy and always causing problems with the police. Girl picked the wrong month. I mean, technically it was last month, but that was January, wasn't my month. We're in February now, so I'm fired up now. I recommend for people to watch Judas and the Black Messiah, The Trial of Chicago 7 on Netflix, and Mangrove on Amazon Prime. You can watch any of those three movies. The 1960s biggest prime example. That should be an eye-opener for people, but people are still apparently stupid. You know, when someone gets traumatized, they have a bad experience. It can be like they were like raped when they were younger, and then when they grow up, someone can touch them in a certain way. It can bring those memories back and like freaks the person out. Or someone's in like a relationship that gets super attached, and then when they break up, and then they're like heartbroken for life. Things that may seem little but like have lasting effects. I've done a lot of research, read multiple articles, watched videos on like DNA and genes. I don't know what everyone else believes in. I personally believe that trauma and emotions can be passed down with certain genes. So let me ask y'all a question. Do you guys think black people got the right psychiatric help from everything that's happened in the past? Namely like slavery, being killed, hunted, raped, mutilated, being whipped, forced to whip other people, forced to do certain things, being spit on, taunted, being taken from their motherland. The textbooks say 400 years, but I know a lot of people don't do their research. I know a lot of people don't even know about the Arab slave trade. The majority, it was white people with authority. And when I say authority, I mean the people mostly in charge, the government that ran the show, thought they were better than a certain group of people, approved slavery and all this shit. I think all that trauma and stuff that's just been passed down to us. We're taken from our natural place of birth. So it's like you're taking a lion from its home and you put him in a zoo, and then when he doesn't behave and do tricks for you in the circus, you're like why aren't you behaving? Why aren't you listening to me? Because I'm not supposed to be here. And with like all the movies they show on TV and stuff, it's like we're programmed not to like each other. I'm programmed not to like cops. I have no interest to interact with them. When I'm out and about, I'm always looking out, avoiding them at all costs. And for everyone else, it's like a fear and hatred. One, the white community, and then on top of that, authority, basically like the cops, you know? It was just like we have a trust issue and like legit don't want to follow the rules. Just like older white people teaching their kids like their ways back then, their like prejudice or against a certain race. The same thing with our like ancestors and grandparents, you know, like teaching us like white man's the devil, this, that. So it's just like embedded. And then we have, like I say, mentally ill, superstitious weirdos that control everything, promoting this stuff, eating this up. And like, there's just a lot of misunderstanding, miseducation, uneducation. People don't know about the Tulsa Massacre. The 1960s was like literally probably like one of the biggest like prime examples of everything. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Black Panthers. You can watch clips, documentaries, movies that showcase that era. And it's always like, oh, black people are violent. All black people were doing was this inspiring. The government saw black people as a threat because of the way they can speak and talk and motivate other people. Fred Hampton of the Black Panther Party is 21 years old. He's younger than me. And he was able to gather and rally people up. Obviously, the wave of consciousness is different from it was back then. But again, though, you know what people say, sticks and stones break my bones, words never hurt me. Well, apparently the government didn't think that. Again, you watch that movie, The Trial of Chicago 7, Selma, Mangrove, like literally, like it's in every movie. Words are mightier than the damn sword. You take the S in front of the sword, put it at the end, and it becomes words. Honestly, at this point, like you can sing, you can dance, you can march and all this stuff. It's not gonna change anything right now. Like two sides like don't understand each other, don't understand the root, and that's what I mean when people you have to have a higher perspective. And another thing like I found interesting, I feel like black people don't really have like we're creating everything. We have to make up our own culture with all these crazy long names and stuff. Jesus was given to us, and we were forced to like, you know, mix. Well, we weren't like forced. We can thank Martin Luther King for the mix-up. Like, I think Malcolm X was more right. God put certain things together, and I think we should have been separated for, you know, at least until we got healthy and like recovered from all the trauma and then come back and then, you know. But we're here and we have to find a way to get out of this shit. I'm telling y'all, you gotta start like meditating, doing yoga. Tired of seeing people fighting, being mad at the wrong people. It's uneducated against miseducated. You gotta listen to yourself, work on yourself, train yourself, and get that higher perspective to like see through the bullshit. You gotta open your eyes so you're not triggered by ignorant people online. And that's why I'm taking another big social media break. It's gonna be for a few months. Be continuing what I've been doing. My inner child, like time when I felt like most, like I guess happiest or like had the most energy was when I was in grade school. So like I'm going back to that time. Back then I didn't have a cell phone. I wasn't on social media. I didn't know 600 people. Like this stuff is unnatural. I don't care about certain celebrities that don't care about me, don't know me. I'm not stalking people, fantasizing over people. I'm not telling people my problems every single day. There's certain things we shouldn't know. Like people fighting on Twitter, like in relationships, and then they put their whole business on. It's like nah, we gotta disconnect. My area, the restrictions are lifting again, even though they keep saying the cases are rising, but again, things don't make sense to me, but whatever. I see a lot of people outside now, a lot of ice skating, people getting their white people in on. I don't know how to skate, but if y'all can teach me, I'm down. Love to catch up with people in person. If you're still iffy with everything, that's still cool. You can text me, like use my phone sometimes, text or call, get a conversation going. If it ain't about you or me, like when we're talking, I don't care about anybody else's problem. When I see stuff now online, like something like back then I would used to like screenshot and send to everyone. Now when I see stuff, it's just like, if it's like weird or funny, I'm like, and I'll just keep to myself. The only thing I talk to my sister about is like stuff like I dream about or like something I did. So that's me practicing like keeping a secret. So the plan is to be gone for a bit, work on myself, do all these things, and if I see like significant like results, I'll come back and I'll make like a program or something. I'll reinstall like Facebook or Instagram like once a month, I guess. Just check up on you guys. You know, like Facebook, I gotta know when people's birthdays are. If you have a birthday coming up, happy birthday. Have a good day, have a good week, have a good year. If you're going through a hard time, know you are capable of getting getting over the bullshit. But it does require some work and some dedication and discipline. I'll leave like my Facebook up for a bit if people want to message me before I take off. Stuff I'm about to say, none of this is facts or anything. This is just from my overstanding of things, my experience of everything I've gone through and knowledge I've acquired. We're doing a lot of stuff that we shouldn't be doing. That's causing a lot of problems. Again, it's certain people running stuff unfit for the position. We gotta fix ourselves. You gotta stop waiting on somebody else to come save you. It's really a big movie going on. We have devils as directors. We don't even know we're in the movie, but it's all cute and fun, and you guys are playing along, but y'all don't realize that the devil ain't playing with you. So my advice, if you wanna get better, you gotta start meditating, doing yoga, eating healthier, take it easy with alcohol, smoking, take a social media break, go for a walk, do things, you know, that makes you happy as long as it doesn't involve like hurting people physically or mentally. You gotta balance your life. If you have kids, you're in a relationship, you own a business or something like that, you gotta make sure you have time for yourself. I believe in y'all. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for watching all my previous videos. Thank you for supporting, sharing. I hope I motivated some of y'all. I'm not gonna say goodbye because this is just see you later. So take care of yourselves inside and out. Be kind to one another, and I will see you guys next time.
The legend will never die.
She starts backing up and turning at the same time. Then I have to. She's Joni there.